What's good, guys? What's good? What's good? It's me, your boy, Fanake Mamba. As you already know, I'm back again with another YouTube video. So today I'm gonna be dropping sort of like I can see that the title has already spoiled it for you guys, but I'm gonna be dropping a video on order flow, which slash market structure, which I believe is one of the most important things that one should undergo before you can even think of making money, before you can even think of entries, before you can even think of risk management and stuff like that. You should understand how the market moves. So order flow, guys, doesn't really matter whether you are a day trader or you are a swing trader, position trader, or scalper. You really need to know how the market moves. You really need to know the order of the market is to like is the market bullish or the market bearish in terms of like that. So when we're talking about order flow, I'm just gonna write it down here so that you guys can see slash market structure. All right. So guys, as you can see here, I have order flow slash market structure. So order flow is when the market can be either be the market is pushing to the downside or the market is pushing to the upside. So that is like order flow in the market, whether the market is making higher highs or higher lows. So one thing that I'm gonna start with, guys, we're gonna start it from a clean chart so that you guys can understand clearly what I'm talking about without us going to real market or live market chart. So let me just get this tool here. I need this tool. Okay, guys. So the first things first, guys. We're gonna be looking at the bullish order flow of price action. So when we're talking about bullish order flow, is when price is making what is making higher highs starting from here, where price made what made highs here because of we are looking at a bullish order flow is when price making higher highs and then pulls back to make what to make lower lows. So guys, bear in mind this pullback, guys, must not be lower than this what this highs here. It must not be lower than this highs, because once it becomes lower than this highs, then we might see a potential change of what of trend. So it has to be above what above these highs here. So as you can see, we have these lower highs and then we break above to make what to make new higher highs here. Pretty simple, I believe. So I'm just gonna label this so that you guys don't get to be confused. What do we have here? We have highs and we have higher highs. These highs are higher than what these highs, so that's why we call these higher highs. And then we have what we have higher lows. So we have highs here, we have higher highs and higher lows here, and then we're gonna be continually making what making higher highs here because of the price is in a bullish trend. And then what do we make? We make just a young pullback here, as you can see, to make new higher lows. So this is called higher lows because of it's higher than what is higher than this previous higher lows. So it's higher lows. We are slightly higher than the previous what previous lows here. So if you like, you can say these are lows, these are highs, these are lows. Then you start to say these are higher lows from here. It depends on how you want to put it, just to make it simple for you guys so that you don't get to be confused. And then what do we have here? We have higher highs again, as well as you can see, because we continually in an uptrend. So when we are in an uptrend, guys, we experience these kind of what higher highs and higher lows, higher highs and higher lows. So one thing that I want to highlight to you guys here is that these these higher lows, guys, are only valid once price breaks above the previous higher highs. So once price breaks above these previous higher highs, then that's when these higher lows are valid. If price hasn't break, like for an example here, we can see that price hasn't broken above these higher highs here. So this is still not higher lows. We're gonna wait for price until it breaks above, and then that is when we declare this as what as higher lows once we've broken above what this structure. But if we are still trending in these areas, we can still see price pulling, maybe doing a deeper pullback before continually pushing to the upside. So this is not the higher lows until we break above this higher high structure. So I do believe you guys did understand that. I do believe you guys did understand that. So now I'm just gonna be looking at it in terms of like bearish market, but it's still the same process, still the same process. We have lows and lower highs and lower lows, lower highs. So I'm just gonna level it here. We have lower lows. These are lower lows, guys. And then what do we have here? We have higher lows. So I'm just gonna keep on duplicating this. We have lower lows here. We have higher lows here. So guys, the same process again. These higher lows here, these higher lows here, guys, they're not declared as higher lows until we are able to break below these lower lows. Once we do break below these lower lows, then we declare these as what? As higher lows once we see the break of structure to the downside. So I'm not going to dwell so much on this because I've already explained it on a bullish market, but I just wanted to show you guys when we're looking at a bearish market. So talking about bullish and bearish market, a bearish market is when the trend is falling to the downside, and then a bullish market is when the trend is buying or is moving to the upside, hence upside market structure or downside market structure. It depends on how you wanna put it, but it doesn't really have to be that complicated, guys. It doesn't have to be that complicated. So now what I'm gonna do, guys, now I'm just gonna go to real live markets so that we can look at understand market structure. So guys, I'm not gonna be going too deep into it, as you already know, guys, that we do have Forex Chasers course. If you wanna join, I'm gonna drop the link below here so that you can be able to click on the link and become part of the family, as well as yeah. So we do have signals as well. I'm gonna drop the link as well on the signal package, that if you want to join, you can just click on the link on our signal package, and then you get to become part of the Chasers family. So guys, going forward now, there's something called major structure and something called minor structure. So when you talk about minor structure, guys, minor structure is the structure that happens inside what? Inside major structure. So for an example, guys, one thing that you can see that now we started to push where? To push to the downside. As you can see, pull back, and then we push to the downside. I'm not going to consider this as major structure. Then we did this one big major pullback here. Even if I can take it here, it's still fine. And then you saw price doing what? Pushing to the downside. And then I'm not going to consider this as a pullback, to be honest. So I'm just going to drop with the chart to the downside. And then we started to see this pullback, and then started to see price creating some sort of like support. So we might experience maybe that change of trend in terms of euro dollar. So as you can see, guys, that now we have a market structure, which here we have what? We have higher lows. As I did mention, guys, we have higher lows here, and then what do we have here? We have lower lows. It's as simple as that. So we can see that we have lower lows, and then we have higher lows. These higher lows are only valid. I did mention this. These higher lows are only valid once we break what? Once we break below this structure here. Why that is the case, guys, is because of price can still maybe decide to do even more deeper pullback here. But one thing that I like us to see as well is that look at where price is reversing to. As you can see, price is reversing to where? To this to this pullback candlestick here. So it doesn't really matter what we call it, but I'm just gonna call it a supply. So you can see that price is pulling back to this supply area here, hence pushing where? To the downside. So this is gonna keep on repeating, guys. You're gonna see this a lot more, even if you can just see here. You're gonna see, guys, that we do have a supply area here, and you can clearly see that price tend to this supply area. But then today's video is not about supply and demand type of scenario. I'm just highlighting to you guys that you have to also look at this what possible scenarios. And yeah, so guys, as you can see here, we do have minor structure that is happening here. We do have minor structure that is forming, but I don't want us that I don't want that to like disturb us from the bigger picture, which is major structure, which we're talking about today. So I'm just gonna remove this as well because of that. That's not part of the video for today. So rid of this. So you can clearly see, guys, that now we do have what we do have these higher lows, and then we have these lower lows here. Pretty simple and beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And someone can consider this, to be honest, someone can consider this as market structure as well. That's not the big thing, to be honest, not a big problem issue. And then someone can also consider this as what as market structure, not so much of a bigger issue. And then we see this as well, and then we create lower lows. So now we create some sort of like demand area, and yeah, we did break above these areas here. So beautiful, beautiful. So before looking at this, I'll probably look at these areas here. To be honest, I'll probably look at these areas as my higher lows. And then so now what do I experience? I make lower lows here. Let me remove this. I make I make lower lows here, and then price now starts to do what, to break above these higher lows here. So we might see a potential change of what